Hello, everyone, and welcome to this news for February 22nd, 2019. Let's get right into some exciting news that Japan has launched a piece of equipment that has landed on a asteroid and has collected samples that it will be bringing back to Earth. This is quite an accomplishment since it's only been accomplished one other time in history, but it received very little coverage on the media, and that's very disappointing. However, we did cover our favorite celebrities a lot on all media outlets today, especially the perverted ones. R. Kelly was apparently indicted on 10 counts of sexual assault that amounted to rape on a child. And the liberal media chose to cover this by talking about the fact that he has a 20-year history of buying his way out of incidences and also one acquittal. I don't know if their goal was to suggest that he is going to get away with this or that he has just been the victim of several false accusations. Either way, I don't think that's a really good narrative to support in this case. However, the conservative media covered this as if it was something toxic and did not really want to comment on it too much, just simply kind of laid out the facts as they were. Uh, on other perverted notes, I guess the owner of one of our nostalgic football teams was caught paying for sex, and the liberal media chose to cover this as if he was affiliated to the sex trafficking aspect that some members of the organization or whatever they would call them that she's affiliated with were being investigated for, and they focused on this narrative all the way through their editorial pieces as well as their broadcast, and only at the end of the broadcast and editorial pieces did they actually say that there was no affiliation to any sex trafficking or that he had any knowledge of or anything like that at the very end and very briefly, while the conservative media basically focused on Trump's statements that this was a surprise that he was paying for sex. So, moving on from that, in political news, Kelly Craft was appointed to the UN, and this was nothing surprising. It was expected. The liberals the liberal media, I should say, chose to focus on the fact that Trump had done some changing in some positions to put that position into like a sub cabinet below the actual cabinet recently, and it was unrelated to her coming into the position. However, the way they worded the piece and the way they structured it made it sound like she was responsible for the position being demoted. So I don't understand again, in the liberal media, I don't understand what they're hoping to gain by presenting these false narratives, but that is what they did. And in the Venezuelan crisis, things have apparently took an ugly turn as a test run on the barricade with a semi-truck did not go so well as the military stood its ground, in a sense. And uh, I don't have a lot of hope that the opposition will be able to force their agenda tomorrow in order to get aid through the barricade. It may be important for us all, if we're really considering what's important for their country, to consider what's going to get the aid across that bridge if that is really the only means necessary, and he is already showing that he will block other avenues. So, negotiating with him, he said that he would let the aid through, but being completely in support of the opposition has also caused some him to kind of stand his ground. So both sides are standing their ground right now, and I'm not going to play favorites in this. I certainly don't like what has gone on there or the way their people have been treated. But this is not my fight, and really what I'm concerned with is that these people get the aid they need by any means necessary, and the political situation can be dealt with on a separate note. And in the rejected defector saga, her dad has filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration for blocking her passage back to the United States. On the liberal side, they have covered this as if she is a hero or a victim. However, I would like to point out that she had went to join a group that would seek to kill anyone who is currently watching this video, or is an American citizen, or American politician, or an American media spokesperson, or just an American or European or a bunch of different groups of people. Pretty much anyone that didn't agree with Islam. So I would watch using the term hero and victim with her. However, the conservative media stuck with the narrative that she is a traitor, which is by definition what she is. My favorite fluff piece of today was the Nike drama. At the beginning of the day, the media heavily covered a $1 billion loss in their stock at the beginning of the day. But if you look at the stock market throughout the day, you will actually see that by the end of the day, Nike was up by almost $1 billion. So I think this was just one big Nike commercial based around the fact that they had a shoe malfunction in a um, basketball game or something that was important to people who like to watch a bunch of grown men play childish games with. So I don't think their story merited much note outside the fact that it displays how they use information to get ahead by putting it out early. So at least that's my opinion on that. And that's pretty much everything I found of interest for today. I thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to like, follow, share, get the word out there. Help sNews help. We appreciate all of you who have commented, all of you who have shared, all of you who have gave reviews. You are truly what makes us keep going, and I love reading anything you have to say. So thanks for your time. Tune in tomorrow. We'll be doing this each night for your entertainment. Sit back and laugh at me, or agree with me, or disagree with me. It doesn't make no difference. I'm just glad to have you here. The sNews is out.